We will start in a while. We are now being introduced in Christ University. Okay, good afternoon everyone. Thank you, sir. If I may allowed to share my slides, I think Dr. Chabi is still presenting her screen. So if I could share mine. Uh, Doc Chabi, you are muted so we cannot hear you. Okay, I think I could share already. I can see the... Okay. Okay. Can you see now my screen? Okay. Uh, dear moderator, please tell me if My screen is already sharing, so I could proceed. Okay, so uh, okay, thank you once again. So good afternoon from the Philippines. I'll be sharing some thoughts on positive leadership strategies in the era of Industry 4.0. I am Mr. Leonilo Capulso. I am the CEO and President of Beyond Books Publication. It is a self-publishing company that caters to authors and teachers in helping them publish their ideas in the field of education, in the field of research, and other interdisciplinary field of knowledge. I would like to commend my previous colleagues in this conference who initially discussed already some concepts on positive leadership. Dr. Chabi and Dr. Pucha, who started already sharing about attitudes of positive leaders. Let me start by sharing these simple thoughts I would normally use to start my talk. It's about the plane, the pilot, and the destination. I would always say that a pilot who doesn't know his destination, bringing the plane to the right or to the left will always be a wrong direction. So for me, that emphasizes the importance of leadership direction that will bring about fulfillment and performance to a particular organization, may it be a school or an industry. I think he can be considered as the father of positive leadership, Kim Cameron, who said that positive leadership refers to the implementation of multiple positive practices that help individuals and organizations achieve the highest potential, flourish in work, experience elevating energy, and achieve levels of effectiveness difficult to attain otherwise. So, positive leadership is basically an area of positive psychology that concerns on leadership styles, techniques, and behavior that classified towards the deviant or positively deviant. That's why we call it positive leadership. No, in the past years or even in the past era, we've been trying to commend and even criticize some leaders who are not living up to their call as leaders. Now, positive leadership or leaders are those who would try to lean towards the right side of the bell, okay, of the curve. That's why we call them positive leaders. So if you try to look at our illustration, so the positive deviance is actually leading towards the positive leadership. So leadership leading to the right side of the bell curve. A positive leadership is sometimes associated or related to other renowned theories of leadership, such as authentic leadership development, transformational leadership connected to business, charismatic leadership and servant leadership, and even spiritual leadership according to Avolio and Gardner. But what exactly are components of positive leadership? And later on, let's try to connect it to business and industry 4.0. So, positive leadership basically pertains to involving experience, modeling, and purposely enhancing positive emotions in the workplace. So if you are a good leader, a positive leader, may it be in school or in business industry, you must be able to allow your constituent, your followers, your colleagues to experience positivity in the workplace. Also to model what you are teaching them and purposely enhance positive emotion. And later on, you would realize how this positivity would actually lead towards performance and, according to Dr. Chavi later on, legacy as a leader. So a positive leader is interested in his or her employees' development as well as bottom line. Okay? Let me proceed. According to Nate Walter in February 2020, there are 4 pillars of positive leadership. So if you are a good leader, you must be able to have these 4 important pillars in your institution. If you're a principal, if you are the CEO, you must be able to foster positive work climate. You must be able to foster positive relationship among members, even among your constituents, and even among your customers. You must be able to foster positive communication and positive meaning in the workplace. Why they are important? According to the same research, positive climate would foster compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude in the workplace. Whereas positive relationship would build energy networks and reinforce strength for your clients, for your people to work harder with you, and eventually create positive meaning. When you create positive meaning in the workplace, you are able to affect human well-being, connect to personal values of your client, highlight extended impact, and build community inside and outside the workplace. And of course, positive communication, which is being translated into obtaining best self feedback and use supportive communication. So as I was saying, fostering positive work climate as a boss or as a leader, you must be able to show compassion to your members when they are sick, when they are not able to perform well. You should know why. You should at least ask why they were absent. You should be able to forgive for some mistakes they have done, because nobody's perfect anyway. And everything, particularly now in the next normal, during this time of pandemic, everybody is trying to educate themselves about new ways of doing things and express of gratitude at the workplace. No, I'm doing now a research productivity study, and one of the indicators and the predictors that came out based from my review of literature of at least 150 research is that reward mechanism by forms of recognition and monetary mechanism can really boost and improve performance in the workplace. Showing compassion in terms of, or in times of pain, showing care and concern, organizing systematic action to help repair the damage and support. So, if you are a leader, you must always be willing to share a helping hand to your members, particularly in areas that they're having difficulty with. Facilitate forgiveness, I already mentioned this, and of course gratitude when they are able to do something that is very important for the organization. Second is fostering relationship among members. Why this is important? If a person is happy in the workplace, he has more likely to perform well. So positive psychological, mental, social, and emotional benefits for individuals and elevated performance for organization. So making contributions to relationship is the main factor that produces positive outcome. And how do you foster positive relationship? According to this study, you can develop positive relationship among members by developing and managing positive energy in the workplace. Okay? Always exude positivity, not so negative, not so passive. And capitalize on employees' strength and best self attributes. Do not only look at the weakness of your client, of your members. Instead, try to identify their positivity, try to identify their strength, and then you try to capitalize on that. And you would realize how this positivity would bring about more production, will bring about better performance in the workplace. Okay. Third is fostering positive communication. Why we need to communicate? Communication is very vital in order to bring our message across our members and even our customers. That is why the importance of advertisement is very, very vital in trying to develop your business and industry for that matter. And you can foster positive communication through best self-feedback and supportive communication. That is why we, even within the organization, within the school, and even in our relationship with our customers, we always have this feedback mechanism, because this will help us improve our product, the education that we are offering our students if we are an academic institution. And lastly, foster positive meaning in the workplace. And you do that by when people experience positive meaning and when they are being recognized, being appreciated, there is a sense of callings. Your members, teachers in the school would start to own what they are doing, and performance is elevated and individual well-being is being enhanced. So these are 4 important elements and pillars of positive leadership according to the research. Now, how are we supposed to translate positive leadership in Industry 4.0? My colleagues earlier already identified characteristics of 4.0, and I'm flashing them on our screen. to those who cannot see my screen, some important underpinnings of Industry 4.0, as mentioned, is simulation, horizontal and vertical system integration, autonomous robots. Now, we need them practically. Additive manufacturing, the cloud. We use this in our online mechanism, in our education, the industrial Internet of Things, no? How interconnected everyone else, and data, the big data and analytics, cybersecurity, augmented reality, and so on. All this characterize Industry 4.0 and even incorporated in education, in the academe. That is why in schools we have what we call the FIRE. FIRE stands for Fourth Industrial Revolution in Education, by trying to integrate Industry 4.0 in educational system, particularly this time of pandemic. Now, going back to business, how are we supposed to enhance our business using and applying the positive leadership? According to Richard Carofel, in the research conducted by Theta Consultancy Services, no, and for the scarcity of time, I will not elaborate so much. As leaders, as CEOs, as presidents of your organizations, as much as we want to gain more profits, we also would like always to have with us that mentality of positive leadership, the importance of positive relationship of communication and feedback. Now, what are the 4 important critical business behaviors that CEOs should have? According to our study, these 4 critical business behaviors include driving mass personalization, creating exponential value, leveraging ecosystem, and embracing risk. So, having that positive kind of leadership now, apply that in our business. How are we supposed to engage with our customers, with our clients? First, we try to drive mass personalization. In our world today, particularly in this digital world, our clients, may it be students or other customers for that matter, they will appreciate our product that we offer to them if the product suits to their own needs. That is why the more personalized your product, like the kind of education you are offering, that's why we have different mechanism. We have flexible modality, because that would cater to the personal needs of our clients. So, allowing companies to offer personalized products and services at scale, which significantly improves the customer's experience and leads to higher revenues and, of course, performance. Next is creating exponential value. So, as much as possible, we try as business owners, business can drive more value by offering a different possible customers' needs. So, for example, if you try to go to a particular supermarket, they would also offer other new products that they have. If you try to go to a bank, they will also offer to different mechanisms that they have in order to engage in their banking system. So, and creating exponential value becomes possible by the use of data analysis, by the use of Internet of Things, by the use of artificial intelligence to forecast future needs and points of engagement. So, using this Industry 4.0, as business owners, as educators, as decision makers, we are already able to foresee and determine what are the other possible needs of our clients that we might be offered to them the moment they engage with us. Okay? And third, it was already mentioned by Dr. Chabi, the leveraging ecosystem. What's this? Because we know exactly the capacity that we have as educators, as leaders, as business owners, we try to benchmark with other partners who seem to be competitors. So this time, they are no longer competitors, but they become now business partners. What do we do? For example, in the slide I am presenting now, a particular university in the Philippines is trying to partner with another university in order to offer a particular course that they initially don't have. So, for example, I am a university that do not have a course in law. Okay? So, I will try to partner with another university having that course and giving a particular course in my university, benchmarking and partnering with this university. And we can also do that in business. Okay? So, we try to leverage ecosystem. So, ecosystem pertains to the conglomeration of different business or business owners and be able to give a more personalized product to the customers. And lastly, which is very important now in the next normal during this time of pandemic, is the importance of embracing risk, no? In the traditional way of business, or doing business of industry, as much as possible we try to stay away with risk, or we try to minimize risk. But in trying to embrace industry 4.0, particularly education, we must also be able to embrace risk. For example, as we are now trying to deliver quality education, relevant education, as mentioned in our initial conversation with my co-panel members, there is, for example, the scarcity of network connectivity in delivering online instruction. But just the same, it will not hinder us from delivering quality education. So to embrace risk is to be able to realize and to accept that there are these hindrances, but we can actually do some coping mechanisms. Okay, so we have to be very creative. And even here comes now the importance of positive leadership. Tap your members who are good at this particular area, so that you must be able to respond to these needs, and eventually just the same provide quality product, quality education. So thanks to digital technologies, thanks to Industry 4.0, because we have now great opportunity to move from the past philosophy, okay, Industry 1, Industry 2, Industry 3, Industry 4.0, and other authors would even introduce Industry 5.0 now. Okay, that enable us to harness abundance of talent, capital, data, computing resources, and broader ecosystems to solve business and delivery, or deliver online. Now, in the Academe, for example, in the Philippines, there is now the move to offer civil service examinations and even entrance examinations online. And most of the universities, or many of the universities, would now offer their high-end through online mechanism. So this is all because of Industry 4.0. And as much as I want to discuss, because I don't have the luxury of time, let me end my talk by quoting some passages from success.com, which says, "A leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, answers the way," according to John Maxwell, one of my favorite author. Meaning, as we mentioned in a positive leadership, a leader does not only dictate, a leader does not only say what things to be done, but a leader should be the one to model what kind of leadership and performance he wants in the organization. Second, according to Tom Peters, he said, "True leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders." So in education, for example, may it be in basic education or higher education, now I'm calling out educational leaders. You only are good leaders if you are able to create other leaders. So don't deprive your other members to become leaders like you. They are not competitors. By becoming leaders, or by creating more leaders out of your members, you are actually becoming a good leader. And that happens to become your legacy. And that is what a leader for. As what Mother Teresa said of Calcutta from India, he said, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples." So, as mentioned earlier by my good colleague, no, the Ubuntu philosophy, he said, "It's not about me, it's not about you, it's about us." So in order to survive in Industry 4.0, in order to survive in Education 4.0, we must always to be inclusive. We must always think for the greater good. So I'm now again calling our government leaders in the Philippines and even in Asia and in the world to always think for the common good. You always think for the good of everybody, not only of our own personal interests. So as leaders, we must be able to inspire more, to touch more people's lives, so that at the end of the day, this is how we are remembered, how we change the lives of others because of our legacy, because of our leadership. So with that, thank you very much. Again, I am Mr. Leonilo Capulso from the Philippines Obian Books Publication Company. My number is in the screen. My email address is also there, so feel free to communicate with me. So once again, thank you very much for listening. Sir? Thank you.